and welcome here on chemistry class. We are studying electrochemistry. In this video we will start electrochemical cell. In last videos we have discussed the electrolytic cells and all the content about the electrolytic cells. In this video we will discuss about the structure and mechanism of the electrochemical cells and the differences between the electrolytic and electrochemical cells. Okay, first of all, electrochemical cells. Electrochemical cells are also known as the galvanic cells or voltaic cells. First of all, what are electrochemical cells? Electrochemical cells means the cells in which chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, in electrolytic cells we have studied that the electrical energy is converted into chemical energy, but here in electrochemical cells it is the process is opposite, means the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, we will take the example of Daniell cell. Daniell cell was the first cell designed by Daniell. This is the proper Daniell cell. Daniell cell means in which one container is filled with CuSO4 solutions. In CuSO4 solution, Cu rod is also dipped. One porous pot is present in between the container or this pot. In this porous pot, zinc sulfate solution is filled and zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Okay, and other design of the Daniell cell is two containers are taken. Same thing, both are same. Two containers are taken. One container is filled with ZnSO4 solution and other container is filled with CuSO4 solution. In ZnSO4 solution, Zn rod is dipped and CuSO4 solution, Cu rod is dipped. Okay, these two containers are attached with the U-shaped tube. This is known as salt bridge. What is salt bridge? I will discuss you after the Daniell cell. Okay, when we close the circuit, complete the circuit, this is key and this is galvanometer. Okay, when we close the circuit or complete the circuit, the electricity flows start of, we can say the current starts to flow. Okay, so first of all the structure is clear. See, in this cell Zn rod is dipped in ZnSO4 solution and Cu rod is dipped in CuSO4 solution. Both the rods are called electrode or half cells. Both electrodes are connected by salt bridge and circuit is closed. Current starts to flow spontaneously. Okay, now we will discuss about the mechanism. As we know, the cells are depend upon the redox reactions. Okay, there are two types of metals are taken, zinc rod and copper rod. In zinc and copper, zinc it is more reactive than the copper. So reactive means Zn will lose its electron first, then Cu. So Zn is more active metal than Cu, hence Zn loses its electrons first and oxidized into Zn plus 2. So it acts as anode. We know anode means the electrode at which oxidation takes place. So Zn rods will act as anode because there is oxidation half reaction. Okay. Now Cu plus 2 ions gain these two electrons and reduced into Cu and acts as cathode because there is reduction takes place. Cu plus 2 electron is equal to Cu. This is reduction half reaction. On adding these two reaction on anode and cathode, two electrons are cancelled out and the total net cell reaction or NCR will be Zn plus Cu plus 2 is equal to Zn plus 2 plus Cu. Clear? This is clear. Now see, at anode oxidation half reaction taking place, but here electrons are loses, so the anode will be negatively charged. Okay, but in electrolytic cells Zn was positively anode was positively charged and cathode was negatively charged, but here it is opposite. Anode will be negatively charged because of collection of electrons, so the cathode will be positively charged. Okay, in these cells anode is negatively charged while cathode is positively charged. As cell works, its free energy decreases because this cell is acting itself. okay, or delta G is negative. So it is based on a spontaneous process, while electrolytic process are non-spontaneous. Until we not flow the current, the cell will not work. But here cell works itself because it is based on spontaneous process. Anode starts to dissolve in the solution. Okay, so there is an increase in the concentration of anodic solution, means I have tell you that Zn is converting into Zn plus 2. So Zn, this is solid, is converting into Zn plus 2 ions. Zn plus 2 ions are dissolved in the solution. So the concentration of solution will decrease and the electrode, or we can say rod, will be dissolved with the solution. While at cathode it is opposite process. The Cu plus 2 ions from solution are reducing in Cu, means the cathode rod will be thicker again and again, and the concentration of Cu plus 2 ions will be decreased in the solution. Okay, so this is the point, that anode starts to dissolve in the solution, so there is an increase in the concentration of anodic solution and metal deposited on cathode, hence it becomes more thicker and there is a decrease in the concentration of cathodic solution. Clear? This is the first galvanic cell, that is known as Daniell cell. In Daniell cell, Zn electrode is work as anode and cathode copper electrode works as anode. So now, what was salt bridge? Salt bridge was a U-shaped tube filled with any salt like KCl, KNO3, AgNO3, agar-agar, etc. It is used to connect anode and cathode in galvanic cell. This U-shaped tube is known as the salt bridge. Very important question for this year exam. What is salt bridge? Okay, and what is important? Why we use the salt bridge in the galvanic cell? First of all, we use this to connect the anode and cathode. To connect the anode and cathode. Number 2, to maintain the concentration of electrodes, means as I told you that Zn is losing Zn plus 2 ions and Cu plus 2 are reducing into Cu. Okay, so I have told you that anodic concentration anodic solution concentration increases and a cathodic solution concentration decreases. But this salt it helps these solutions to maintain its charge, means anodic solution will be positively charged while cathodic solution will be negatively charged. So suppose there is KCl in the salt base, then KCl will dissociate it into K plus and Cl minus. So these K plus ions will be discharged in cathodic solution, because suppose this is CuSO4 solution, Cu ions are reduced and SO4 ions are remains in the solution. So these K plus ions reacts with SO4 to neutralized is as K2SO4, while Cl minus ions will discharge in anodic solution to neutralize the Zn plus 2 ions as ZnCl2. Thus, the concentration, or we can say the charge of the anodic and cathodic solution is maintained by the salt bridge. As the concentration remains constant, then the electrode potential of electrodes is also constant. And if the electrode potential is constant, then the electromotive force of the cell will be maintained, means it maintains the concentration of electrode, maintains the electrode potential of electrodes and maintains the electromotive force of cell also. Clear? Okay. Now we will be first of all the differences between the electrolytic and electrochemical cells. Very important thing is also, this is electrolytic cell and this is electrochemical cell. First of all, according to their definitions, electrolytic cells means it converts electrical energy into chemical energy, while electrochemical cell, it converts chemical energy into electrical energy. First of all, Second, in this cells means electrolytic cells, anode is positive while cathode is negatively charged. While in electrochemical cell this is vice versa, means anode is positively and cathode is negatively, anode is negatively and cathode is positively charged. Next, in electrolytic cell salt bridge is not used, while electrochemical cell salt bridge is compulsory. Next, in electrolytic cells, both the electrodes are of same metal. They can be Cu, they can be platinum. Generally, we use the platinum electrodes. While in electrochemical cells, both the electrodes are of different metals. As in Daniell cell, the anode was of zinc metal and the cathode is of copper metal. Next, both electrodes are dipped in same electrolyte. Thus, we have discussed in electrolytic cell, NaCl solution is used as electrolyte, or fused NaCl will also used as electrolyte, and anode and cathode both are dipped in the same electrolyte. While in electrochemical cells, both the electrodes are dipped in different electrolytes. Like in Daniell cell, Zn rod is dipped in ZnSO4 solution, while Cu rod is dipped in CuSO4 solution. Okay. Next, concentration of electrolyte continuously decreases in electrolytic cells, while in electrochemical cell there is two changes at anode and at cathode. Concentration of anodic solution increases while the concentration of cathodic solution decreases. I have told you that in Daniell cell, Zn is oxidizing in Zn plus 2. So, Zn plus 2 are going into anodic solution and concentration increases, while Cu plus 2 are reducing as Cu. So, the Cu plus 2 ions are decreasing, means the concentration of cathodic solution is decreases. Okay. Next, during the working of cell, here G means free energy, gives free energy increases continuously. Why? Because there is a continuous supply of current, means electrical energy is continuously giving. So, free energy increases, means we can say delta G is positive. While in electrochemical cell, as we complete the circuit, the current flows start itself, means the work is done by the cell itself, means that during the working of the cell, G means free energy continuously decreasing, means delta G is negative. So, on the basis of the changes in delta G, the electrolytic cell is based on the non-spontaneous process, while the electrochemical cell is based on the spontaneous process. Okay, spontaneous means itself, it works itself, while non-spontaneous means until we will not give the current to the cell, there is no any work or no any flow of the electrons in the cell, means it is non-spontaneous and this is spontaneous process. Okay, clear? Okay, see, this is the Daniell cell and we are discussing here. Now I am telling you the learning trick to learn the which is anode and which is cathode. In Daniell cell, it is negatively charged, this was anode, and this is positively charged, this is cathode. Always in each galvanic cell, anode is present always at left side. It is always negatively charged, and the anode means always the electrode at which oxidation takes place. Okay, so we can learn it by a small trick, that is lone. What is lone? Lone means LOAN. L means left side, O means oxidation takes place, left side oxidation takes place. So this is anode, the electrode at which oxidation takes place, that is anode. So anode in electrochemical cell is negatively charged. Okay, you can learn very easily. Lone means left electrode where oxidation takes place, this is anode and it is negatively charged, lone. Okay, if this is anode, then it will be cathode. It is negatively charged, then it will be positively charged. Okay, here oxidation reaction takes place, so here reduction reaction will take place. It is left side, it is right side. Okay, this is the learning trick. Now we have to see the representation. Okay, representation of linear cell or galvanic cell. This is the diagram, but it is not comfortable to show any galvanic cell by the diagram. We can show the any diagram by the representation of graphical representation of the galvanic cell. See, this is here anode. In anode, I am showing representation first of all anode. Anode means metal is taking place. Oxidation means reducing. M is converting into M plus N. Plus N is the oxidation of the metal. Okay, so we will denote the anode by M, then one vertical line, then M plus N. Means M metal rod is in contact with M plus N, and here the concentration will be written C, that this will be the molarity or normality of the solution. In electrochemical cells, the electrode means the rod, metal rod dipped in the solution of the cations itself. If it is zinc rod, then the solution will be Zn plus 2 ions. If Cu rod, then solution will be Cu plus 2 ion. If Ag rod is used, then solution will be Ag plus ion. Okay, so this is the representation of anode, and there always be a negative charge. Okay, this is the representation of anode. How? First of all, written M, then a vertical line, then M plus N, and in bracket there is the concentration. For example, for zinc cell, Daniel cell, anode is written as Zn, vertical line Zn plus 2, and here will be the concentration. Suppose it is the 1M solution, so a negative charge is written. It is the anode. Okay, now cathode. At cathode, reduction takes place. Reduction means M plus N ions are reducing into Ms. So we will represent it by Mn. It is the solution. This is C2. Vertical line M, and here positive charge is written. Okay, means M plus N ions are reducing into M. These are in contact. Okay, and it is positively charged. This is cathode, representation of cathode. For example, in Daniel cell, Cu plus 2 ions, the concentration of Cu plus 2 ions, vertical line Cu and plus charge. This is the representation of cathode. Okay, now in electrochemical cells, one salt bridge is present between anode and cathode. So we have to show the salt bridge also. Salt bridge is always shown by the two parallel lines, two vertical parallel lines. For example, Daniel cell can be written as, this is a salt bridge. Here Zn oblique Zn plus 2, and here is the concentration C1, and it is negatively charged. This is the anode. Okay, now cathode, Cu plus 2, bracket concentration, vertical line Cu and positively charged. This is the complete Daniel cell. This is the anode, this is the cathode, and this is the salt bridge. Okay, clear? This is the representation. For example, if we have to show the nickel Ag cell, nickel Ag cell, in nickel Ag cell, nickel is anode and Ag is cathode, then we can, how can we show, represent the galvanic cell of the this? Here Ni oblique Ni plus 2, here the concentration of this is negatively charged, then salt bridge is shown, and then Ag plus the concentration C2 and Ag and Ag plus. This is the positive charge. Okay, clear? This is anode, this is cathode, and this is salt bridge. Okay, clear? You can identify very easily if any galvanic cell is written in this way. Always this part will be anode, this part will be cathode, and this will be the salt bridge. Clear? Here concentration will be given. C1 and C2 is not written. Here concentration will be given in any problem, in any question. Okay, thus we can represent the electrochemical cell. I think you can understand the what is galvanic cell, what is mechanism of galvanic cell, what are the differences between electrochemical and electrolytic cells, and how can we represent or how can we identify the anode and cathode in electrochemical cells. Thank you.